So, this is the thief. Quite a gangly looking thing, are you? No groveling. There's nothing you could say that I haven't heard 1,000 times over. Let me guess. You're just a poor, starving commoner breaking into my mansion out of pure desperation. In any other town, perhaps that would be a real excuse, but nobody goes hungry around here, thanks to the Harvard Poorhouse, which freely distributes food, shelter, and basic necessities to everyone in need. You heard of it, I'm sure. The one with my name in the title. But no, apparently it's just not enough for some people. No matter what I do, there's always somebody who tries that. Lady Harren is surely just some greedy noble whose belongings are in need of liberation. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure in your own mind you're needy and desperate, and this whole thing is justified. People are good at fooling themselves like that. I don't doubt for a moment that there's some elaborated fantasy you're constructing in your head that makes you noble and brave for trying to make off with those jewels, which are heirlooms, by the way, left to me by my departing parents. But not that matters, because in the end, I can take you seriously with that mask on. One moment. Don't I know you? Oh, but it's even realms. You. Well, now I'm twice as offended. It's not enough that I get robbed by the people I try to help. Now past acquaintances are joining too. Do I have to start clutching my kind purse when I'm around my servants next? What are you doing here? The last time I saw you, you were prancing off with your one true love. I believe you say. You were very certain that you were going to live out the rest of your life in marital bliss, and that I was going to spend the rest of my life, let's see, cold and alone, with only my riches to keep me company. Yes, it was quite a speech, as I recall. You were very eager to deliver it to me before you left town. I never seen someone quite that happy to try and tear someone down emotionally, as we say. In another life, you could have been quite a ruthless noble. Huh, that's right. Supposedly, it was revenge for me trying to destroy your happiness. It's funny how we were just recently talking about inventing fantasies. I wasn't destroying the reputation of your dearly beloved. I was exposing the truth. They weren't faithful to past lovers, that's a fact. Honestly, I have to agree. Looking back, I think perhaps it was a little rash and not my place, even if I was right about them. I was more than little put off after you rejected me. No, it's not that I can't handle rejections. I was a little surprised that you wouldn't give me a chance. It's not every day that a novel like me offers to court a commoner. But what upset me so much was that you were choosing someone who had a gorgeous face with absolutely nothing behind it. I had thought you had more substance than that. At any rate, that leads you to this point, where you're in change after being caught stealing from me. Well, I think you will be somewhere far away, living your oh so blissful new life. They cheating on you. Oh my! However could you have anticipated that? Who could have predicted such a thing? I told you so aside. How did that lead you to a life of crime? Surely you're not just talking your frustration out on me. Ugh, you can't be serious. How does somebody like that still have such a hold over you? Listen to me. You're being manipulated. Claiming they were cheating because you weren't doing enough to contribute. Who does that? What an awful thing to say. Bringing money back isn't going to make them love you. You're just proving that you're easy to fool. No, you have to listen. Good people don't do things like that. You don't want to be in a relationship with someone who cheats and then blames it on you. There's not excuse. Not at all. Listen, I'm sorry for acting so smug before. I don't think I realized just how attached you were. The whole thing is just awful. So awful. You need to get away from all that. No, I mean it. I'm sorry. I was just, well, if I'm being honest, I never did quite get over what happened between us. I let myself get all caught up in feeling vindicated, seeing you on your knees in front of me in chains like you are. Can you really blame me? I put myself in such a vulnerable position for you. It's the only thing to be rejected. I will steal myself from that possibility to be rejected like that. Where you denounced me in the village square and gave me some big speech about how I didn't understand love. There was no way I could have prepared for that. No, I don't know if I can say that it's fine, but I think I understand what you were feeling a little bit better now. You were so taken in by someone you thought could be your perfect lover. And I came in and tried to shatter the image you have of them in your head after you turned me away. I suppose it wasn't a stretch to see me as a villain. But perhaps we should return to the issue at hand here. Regardless of your reasons, you began stealing some very expensive items. That's another sort of thing that just goes away. I'll hate to send you away to prison, so you've been through a lot already. Besides, after learning just how impressionable you are, I worry about what will happen if you were to look away with all the bad people. Do you need a job? I can always use more servants. It's an unconventional idea, to be sure, hiding the burglar you just caught. I guess we could call it working off your debt. You did that much, the display cases. Personally, I think it's a much better solution. I get compensated for the attempt robbery. You get a new start. You might even find something, or dare I say it, someone to take your mind off your ex. Well, there's no denying it. Even after everything, there's still a lot about you that I like. Maybe after we spend more time together, you'll find something about me that you like as well. It's your choice if you want to say stay. But keep in mind that if you don't, then I'll need to turn you over to the authorities. No, I would say this is a far cry from extortion. I can be certain that you won't continue your ill-advised quest to win back your lover with stolen goods if I let you go. The only responsible thing to do is keep you off the streets one way or another. Most people will be grateful to be offered an alternative like this. And while I'm hoping you might give a relationship with me another chance someday, that's not in any way a requirement. Once you work off your debt and I'm convinced you're not a threat to anyone, you can go along your merry way if you want to. If you're looking for someone to blame your ex for manipulating you, or yourself for getting so wrapped up in your feelings. But I'm blameless in all this. If anything, you ought to be kissing my feet. Sorry, I'm doing it again. I guess I get a little wrapped up in my feelings when it comes to you. But I promise that won't keep me from being a good boss. It's just a lot all in one night, that's all. I realize you feel cornered by this decision, but what I'm trying to do is give you an escape. I really think this is going to be good for you. Coming around to the idea. Excellent. Well then, you probably won't need those chains anymore. Thought out of an abundance of caution, I would like to have a guard around to keep an eye on you for a couple days. Just to make sure this isn't some sort of trick you try and escape. I'm not quite as trusty as you are, I'm afraid. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm a pushover. If you can do the bare minimum to prove that you're trustworthy and hardworking, then life will be very nice for you here. I treat my staff well. Now then, I'll call a guard to take you to the servants' quarters, and we'll get everything squared away tomorrow. Until then, pleasant dreams. I am very eager to see what sort of connection will develop between us.